Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. Not everyone that saith to me, my master, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Not everyone that saith unto me, my master, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, my master, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him to a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Therefore, let me read that again, 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine. This is Yahusha talking. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which buildeth his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house. And it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine. For he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Yeah. You can apply all that to Paul. Paul is the bad tree, bad fruit. You can look at the people, look at the fruit of what Paul established with the Pauline Western Church. You know what I'm saying? You ask anybody who know about church history, they're going to say the Eastern Orthodox lean more to the Petrine, Western more to the Pauline. But at this point, especially since Nicaea, Ecumenical Council, bringing all of them together under a Catholic banner, yeah, that brought them all under Pauline. So if they teaching Paul letters for doctrine, that's the bad fruit. The good fruit is those who teach Yahushua words for doctrine. Ain't that what it say right here? They was astonished. Verse 28. And it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine. Yahushua's doctrine is the good tree bearing a good fruit. Okay, Yahushua is the good tree. His doctrine is the good fruit. All right. Anybody who take Yahushua doctrine, learn Yahushua doctrine, they're going to bear good fruit too. Why? Because they're going to repeat what Yahushua said. He told us out of our mouth, the things we say out of our mouth was going to be what judge us on that day. You know what I'm saying? So you be careful who you quote. You quoting Paul, you going to fall. Blind guides. But I can show you how pretty much 90%, I'm going to show you how pretty much 90% of the warnings that was given to us by Yahushua was about Paul, because Paul would be the first of the false prophets that would come in unawares. Paul came in unawares. He was on the road to Damascus trying to kill us. And then all of a sudden he won us. Come on now, he went from being a wolf in no clothing to a wolf in sheep clothing. But blind guys can't see. What did Yahushua teach us about blind guys? Let's see. Blind guys that can't see. Blind guys. What did Yahushua say about blind guys? Let's see. Blind guy. I'm going to put God in here. Whoa. Matthew 23. My goodness. You know, Matthew 23 is like shots fired every verse. And I'm telling you who he's shooting at, bro. Yahushua don't shoot in the dark. Go to verse in the main panel. Whoa. Blind guys. Verse 16, Matthew 23. Let's go and jump to 1. We're going to read this whole thing. Get the whole context. You know what I'm saying? Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples. Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works. For they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feast and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi. I'm going to say it in the Hebrew. I like it in the Hebrew better, because even though we're in captivity in America, saying this in the Hebrew gonna bring great understanding to an American English-speaking Hebrew captive. So I'm gonna say that verse again, and instead of this word rabbi they using now, I'm gonna say the Hebrew. All right. Starting at verse 6. And love the uppermost rooms in feasts. Let me go and start at verse 5. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the marketplace, and to be called of men, Reb-I, Reb-I. But be ye not called Reb-I, for one is your Reb-I, even the Mashiach, and all ye are brethren, and all ye are brethren, and call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your father. Excuse me. Which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even the Mashiach. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither ye suffer them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore you shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you compass sea and land and make one proselyte. For you compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more child of hell than yourself. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifieth the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever sweareth by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctify the gift? Whosoever therefore shall swear by the altar sweareth by it and by all things thereon. And whosoever shall swear by the temple sweareth by it and him that dwelleth therein. And he that shall swear by heaven sweareth by the throne of Elohim, and by him that sitteth thereon. Excuse me. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of the cup of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. You blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and all uncleanness. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would have not been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves that you are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them ye shall scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. What? 34. We got to hit that again. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets. You know, Peter, James, John, the 12. You understand? I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them ye shall scourge in your synagogues and persecute from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zechariah the son of Berechias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children? How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not? Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Most High. Blessed is he that cometh in the name of Ahijah. For I say unto you, ye shall not, see me henceforth. Ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of Ahijah.